This is Valley News Live at 6.
It was a long and brutal stretch of the cold. Today again, we're getting a nice break and it looks like the worst may be behind us. Let's start tonight with Summer to see what we can expect. Summer?
Hey Courtney, yeah, I want to leave all of that Arctic air way behind us. It is way back in Canada, back where it belongs. But looking just back to the recent past, our high temperatures for today, 20s and 30s. Jamestown, 41 degrees. A beautiful day out there today. 32 in Grafton and Cavalier, 29 in Grand Forks, 26 in Fargo, 27 in Detroit Lakes and Foston. Currently, temperatures are still relatively mild. We're at 24 still in Fargo, 25 in Grand Forks, Devils Lake and Detroit Lakes, 24 Bemidji, and 22 in Thief River Falls. Tonight in Fargo, our sunset right now, 6 p.m. on the dot, and temperatures throughout the rest of the evening will remain in the 20s before falling into the teens overnight. And a very similar trend with Grand Forks. Sunset also right at 6 p.m. and temperatures in the teens with a decreasing wind. We do have a chance of snow to talk about, though, in a few minutes, Courtney.
All right, thanks so much, Summer. We'll check back in a bit. Still no word on what caused this rollover crash today in Moorhead. All we know is that it happened on Highway 10 by Runnings. Authorities haven't released any information. Minnesota's National Guard had to step in to make sure nearly 4,000 vaccines arrived in time for clinics this weekend. WCCO News says one of the state's shipments was sent to the wrong state, then redirected to the Minneapolis airport. Right now, multiple Minnesota clinics are dealing with shipment delays because of winter weather across the country. The state health department says some appointments had to be postponed and anyone impacted will be notified by email. And for more of the latest vaccine news, you can browse through our VNL vaccine tracker. Just open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen. Then tap the link that pops up. You can also find this link on our homepage. North Dakota's Senate has passed a state bill that aims at providing access to lower-cost prescription drugs. Senators passed the 3 bills yesterday in separate floor votes. 2 of the bills will set up a state-run wholesale drug import program to buy cheaper medication from Canada. The 3rd bill will help reference pricing using data from our Canadian provinces. The Senate Human Services Committee last month heard from North Dakotans who are choosing to buy drugs from Canada or other foreign countries due to cheaper prices. The bill will now go to the House. And North Dakota lawmakers are considering giving an advantage to moose hunters who are older than 75. When someone applies for a moose tag, their name is put in a lottery, and only so many are drawn in the year. This bill proposes that people 75 and older will get entered twice when they apply. Game and Fish says this raises your odds only by a small amount.
There's concern from the department that we may be giving people a false hope that they're going to be getting drawn, but you need to be 75 or older.
Klein says a 79-year-old man reached out to him saying he wants to hunt a moose before he dies and has been trying for more than 2 decades. Late last August, a resource center for homeless veterans was opened in downtown Fargo. Since then, homeless program manager Diana Hall has overseen the center help and aid roughly 12 to 15 people a day, according to Hall. Within the Fargo Community Resource and Referral Center, they provide many services, including showers, laundry, and medical assistance. The concept was first made nearly a decade ago and jumped forward to 2021. Hall says that they outreach to the streets and find people and get them in and get them the help they need, usually assisting them within 90 days to have their own permanent stable housing. Hall shared what it means to her to be able to help those in the community who have served this country.
I've been in this role for 13 years and I never get tired of having that ability to help a veteran get back on their feet. Most of the veterans that we work with, they don't want a handout, they want that hand up, and we're able to provide that to them here.
Hall says that there are plans to expand on the services they provide once the pandemic slows down. The center can be located at 721 First Avenue North in the old Dawson Insurance Building. The Boy Scouts of America is celebrating a major milestone. They're honoring nearly 1,000 girls and young women who are the first females to attain the rank of an Eagle Scout. Only in 2018 did the Boy Scouts start accepting girls as Cub Scouts. One of the new Eagle Scouts is a 16-year-old girl from Minneapolis. Isabel Tooney accomplished the rare feat of earning all 137 merit badges. A teacher from Pennsylvania is appearing in Minnesota classrooms with the help of a robot. The robot, named Leopold, appears in classes in Iota yesterday. On the screen is Julie Cunningham. She's a disabilities consultant who is about 1,000 miles away from the classroom. She works as extra support for students and teachers. Her position is difficult to fill, so the district had to get creative. She says the robot has allowed her to engage with students in a unique way.
On a personal level, I enjoy it's like being there in person, because I really enjoyed living in Minnesota and getting and have a lot of friends there. So the social aspect, it was fun seeing kids and interacting with them.
The robot costs around $4,000. Its movements are operated through a series of dots that the handler can see on the computer screen. A slow-motion weather disaster continues unfolding across the southeast tonight. Hundreds of thousands of people are without power. Millions are still struggling to get clean running water. Chris Palone has the latest.
In Houston, sunshine and temperatures above freezing provided some relief for cold and storm-weary people waiting in line to get some water. After this week's historic cold snap, more than 1,400 water systems in Texas are struggling to get back online. The outage is still affecting more than 14 million people.
That water will definitely help us to carry us through in another couple of days, but, you know, there's just so much uncertainty with the pipes at this time. We just don't know.
I have a 2-month-old and I'm breastfeeding. I'm just like, even now I'm dying of thirst.
This week's cold snap and storms are blamed for more than 40 deaths across the South. The weather causing burst pipes, car accidents, and power outages from Texas to West Virginia. The Lone Star State hit the hardest after much of its electrical grid failed.
I want to start by just saying I understand the public is extremely frustrated right now. And I understand your frustration.
New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez volunteered in a Houston food bank Saturday after leading an effort which raised more than $3 million to help storm victims.
When you have a disaster like this, it can just set people back for years, not just for days.
Improving weather is helping crews throughout the region clear roads and restore power.
My hope is we're going to be tracking this, that we've hit sort of the worst and we've stabilized, and now it's just sort of getting out of the hole that we're in.
But for some, forced from their homes, the damage assessment and attempt to rebuild is just beginning. Chris Palone, NBC News.
President Joe Biden has signed a federal disaster relief declaration for Texas. That declaration provides individual assistance to people in 77 Texas counties. Tonight, state officials are pressing the White House to expand that federal aid to every county in the state. Parts of an aircraft fell from the sky in Colorado today. Police say it fell in several neighborhoods, and first responders say they weren't aware of any injuries. The United Airlines flight was heading to Hawaii when it appeared to have suffered engine failure after departing to Denver International Airport. The plane was able to return to the airport safely. The prices you're paying for a new home continue to climb. We'll explain later on Valley News Live at 6.
And there's a little bit of light snow in the forecast currently in central South Dakota, pushing to the north and east. I'll have that hour-by-hour planner coming up right after the break.